According to the Testament of Solomon, Onias is the first demon that he knows and manages to dominate. In the writings it is said that while the construction of the Temple of Jerusalem was being carried out, by orders of the king, a demon took advantage of the ingenuity of a young man who worked on the construction. It is said that the poor mortal received a demonic visit in his dwelling, a being so malevolent that little by little he was finishing with his vitality and strength. This sinister being was a terrible demon, who visited the young man every time he received his salary and food for his work. This cruel demon came to steal everything that the man had achieved with effort. The demon filled the poor worker with fear and always told him that he should serve him at all times, since he was now condemned for the rest of his days, knowing the demon, because this demon would steal everything that belonged to him and above all his vitality. Every night after the arduous work in the construction, the greedy demon took the human by the hand, and just by sucking his thumb, he absorbed all the energy in the man's body. And so, he did for a long time, until one day Solomon asks the young man, "Why do you look so thin if you have not lacked work, food and remuneration?" The trembling man answers Solomon saying, "My king Solomon, there is a terrible demon who takes advantage of me, for every time at nightfall, he comes and takes away half my food and half my pay. Moreover, he takes my right hand and sucks my thumb, taking all my energy, and now I am doomed for the rest of my days, and every day that passes I shall be thinner, because of the demon of evil." The poor man grew more emaciated every day, and there was no human power to help the mortal. Solomon, on his part, was very much concerned about that laborer, and tells the poor man not to fear, for soon the grace of the God of Israel will be given to him. So, Solomon returns to one of the temples, and begins to pray and ask God for help, to oppress and defeat the terrible demon, who was taking advantage of the man. Solomon was determined to find a solution to defeat that malicious entity, and every day he locked himself in the temple to pray. One day, in the midst of prayer, Solomon is revealed a great event. He is given a small shiny ring with a symbol carved on it. Along with the ring, an angelic voice says to him, "Take, Solomon, son of David, the gift that the Lord God has sent you, the highest gift, which you shall shut up all the demons of the earth." Without knowing more details of that terrible demon, Solomon was now supported by that offering that came into his hands, and so he decided to help the unfortunate man. He immediately went to the humble worker's house and gave him the ring, telling him that at nightfall when the dark demon appears, he should throw the ring on his chest and tell him, "In the name of God, King Solomon calls you here." The young man nodded his head and gratefully told Solomon that he would do everything he was told to do because he wanted to save his life from the demon's clutches. Thus, the fearful young man awaited the usual hour of the demon's arrival, and as usual, he arrived as soon as the sun went down, and as soon as he appeared, the man threw the ring on his chest, and said the king's instructions, and rushed out of the place, until he reached King Solomon's chambers, pursued by the cruel demon. From the door of the king's palace, the young man cried out with what little strength he had, "I have brought the devil whom thou didst send me, my king, and behold, he stands before the gates of the court of thy palace, crying out and pleading with a loud voice, that he would offer me the silver and gold of the earth, that I might not be condemned by the Most High." Solomon, hearing what the young man said, filled with fury, and immediately went out to look at the blessed demon, whom he found in the courtyard of the palace trembling, for he knew that his end was near. Solomon raised his voice and asked him, "Who are you?" And the demon answered aloud, "My name is Onias, descendant of the archangel Uriel." "In what zodiac sign are you subject?" asks Solomon, and Onias tells him, "In Aquarius, and I am the one who punishes men whose desires rest on virgin women whose zodiac sign is Virgo. Likewise I can change form and disturb and play in the dreams of men, without allowing them to rest. Many times, when a man is in love with a beautiful woman, I transform myself into a woman, and so I take over those men in their dreams, then I take my wings again and travel to heavenly lands, finally I can appear as a lion. Thus, I am also the one who is in command of all demons." After hearing the chilling voice of the demon, Solomon remembered the words that the archangel Michael had said to him when he gave him the powerful ring, and so Solomon approached Onias and quickly sealed the demon. With this ring, he managed to seize the demonic entity and handle it at his disposal, so he put it to work in the stone construction of the great Temple of Jerusalem. The young worker had magically regained his vitality and strength, and thanks to Solomon he was free and happy. Several days passed, and Solomon approached the demon and interrogated him in order to get more information about the other demons in his charge. Onias in his desperation said to him, "King Solomon, set me free, and I will put all the demons at your disposal." Then Solomon fixed his gaze on him, and said, "Bring me the prince of the demons." Onias obeyed for his freedom, so he quickly went to the demon prince, Beelzebub, and said to him, "Solomon calls you." But Beelzebub, having heard, said to him, "Tell me, who is this Solomon of whom thou speakest to me?" Then the demon Onias threw the ring on Beelzebub's chest, and said to him, "Solomon, the king calls you." Not understanding anything, the prince of demons, Beelzebub, became enraged and shouted in a very loud voice, followed by a great burning flame of fire. Beelzebub got up and decided to follow Onias to find out who was the man who asked for him. Upon reaching King Solomon, he quickly said, "Thank you, sir, for giving me the wisdom and power to subdue all demonic power." When they saw the demon, the men were shocked, but immediately Solomon knew that the heavenly angels would not abandon him, so Solomon asks the demon, "Who are you?" And the demon answers him, "I am Beelzebub, the exarch of the demons and of all the abyss. The demons have their first chairs near me, and I have the power to dispose manifestly the appearance of every demon." Thus, Onias had betrayed all the demons in his charge because for his freedom he gave them all to Solomon, who with the power that God gave him, managed that the prince of the demons, Beelzebub, introduced them to many other demons, who little by little helped him with the construction of several temples in honor of the God of Israel.